Okay. Should be back in here. You there, Tiago?
I'm back.
Okay. I want to wait for people to come back in.
I need to find your page. So, it's here. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good.
So try your screen shares. See if it's working.
Okay, let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's looking good. All right. All righty.
We are ready to rock and roll.
Righty, people. Cool, cool, cool. All right. It just happened. There was a little problem there, people. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Some technical difficulties.
So listen, if you're listening and you're a troll, I'm telling you here right now, you were going to be kicked out faster than you probably came in. So
Yeah.
just listen, sit back, enjoy the ride, because this is going to get fun. All right, here we go, people.
I'm gonna mute myself.
First company we're going to call X Core Science and Payloads. All right. Let's see what they do first. All right. Let's see what they do. These guys claim to basically, their mission capabilities involve designing specific payloads. They got the X-Core Linux vehicles, a two-seat piloted space transport vehicle that will take humans and payloads on a suborbital flight. Okay. They're claiming Linux Mark I, which is a fabrication of anticipated to carry its first payload soon, will fly suborbital experiments to an altitude of approximately 190,000 feet. Mark II, which will be available 12 to 18 months later, will fly a suborbital trajectory to a higher altitude of up to 330,000 feet. Okay? All right. So, I'm trying to think here what kind of questions we can ask these people. They're saying they'll be able to take something to about 190. They shut the engines off. It continues up. They hit the Kármán line, and then boom, they come back down. Now, I don't fucking get that. You spend all that money to get just to there, and then you don't stay up there. So let's see. Let's see what kind of payloads they'll be carrying. Let's give them a call. We want to learn something about this company. All right. Get on the phone. Okay. Let's see here. They're in the Mojave Desert. And here we go. $4714. Booyah. Okay. Let's go to their team. I want to see who it is we can talk to.
Thank you for calling X-Core Aerospace. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time during this menu. For investor relations, hang up and call Randy Baker at 432-563-9267. For general information or assistance, please dial 0. For the company directory, please dial 1. To repeat these options, press 2. Enter the first 3 letters of the person's last name. For Q, press 7. For Z, press 9. And to return to the main greeting, press star.
Let's talk to Michael Valent. Okay?
I'm sorry, I didn't receive all the digits. Please try again. Enter the first.
This number does not connect to a person.
Extension 147. To speak to this person, press 1. To hear the next matching entry, press 2. And to back up,
This number does not connect to a person.
extension 147. To
This
speak to
number-
this person, press 1. To hear the next matching entry, press 2.
Let's go to
I'm
0.
sorry, there is no matching entry for those digits. Please try again.
This number does not connect to a person.
Extension 147. To speak to this person, press 1. To hear the next. I'm sorry, there is no matching entry for those digits. Please try again.
Well, that's weird. Let's see if we can get the operator, because their phone system's not working properly.
Thank you for calling X-Core Aerospace.
One moment, please.
They got a shitload of board members.
Hi, this is Julie Doyle with X-Core Aerospace. I am sorry I missed your call. Please leave your name and number, and I will call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Well, nobody's answering the phone there. Ghost company. So next company, let's try Ventions, Aerospace Technology Development Company. Okay, let's see. These guys develop, let's see what they develop here. Small scale rocket engines, lightweight avionics, high PMF launch vehicle stages. Okay, let's see if these guys are available. That's one company. All right, San Francisco or Virginia? Let's call San Francisco. Let's see if these bad boys are available.
Vengeance is God.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Who is this?
How you doing? My name is Robert Bassano.
Yes, and?
Yeah, I was just ran across your company's information. I was doing some research on private space companies, and I noticed you guys got an office out in Virginia and in San Francisco.
Yes.
So on your technologies page, you guys do small rocket engine development for what type of payloads? I mean, how heavy of a payload based on thrust class?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the contract, but our market has typically been for CubeSats.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that term.
So looking at your website here, based on a 5,000 pound thrust class, how heavy of a CubeSat?
Yeah, I wouldn't know exactly the answers to those questions, but
Say I built.
I mean, I can, if this is something you need more information for a project or something, I can get someone to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm actually working on an advanced aerial wireless platform where the CubeSat would be somewhere between 50 to 200 pounds. So would you guys small rocket engines actually be able to handle something of that?
In multiples, yes.
Okay.
So typically a CubeSat would be around 10 pounds, or at least some of the ones we use.
What? Now, are you guys still in the R&D phase, or are you still testing out other things?
So we're more project based, and so each project is R&D basically for as a contractor for whatever department contracts with us.
Okay.
But we do have engines and rockets that we have fired and tested and flown as well. So
what area of the company do you work with? You work on tech development?
I'm in engineering, yes.
What's your name again?
Todd?
Todd? Okay, okay. So when you guys have done the testing for max altitude, like say max apogee, what's the capability for 5,000 pound thrust? What's been the max altitude reach?
It's all dependent on the whole vehicle, not just the engine. And again, it's I don't have any one example I could give you, and I don't at least have knowledge of all the programs we've been involved in. And,
okay.
So, like,
I mean,
there's probably someone more that's on the programmatic side that would know which ones are more likely to fit the scenario you're talking about.
Now, you've been with the company for a while. I mean, you guys were founded in 2004. So, just roughly based off of experience of you being on site with some of these launches, what's been max altitude you've actually witnessed a launch?
So we just do sounding tests. We haven't done like any kind of leaving the atmosphere or any kind of orbit.
Oh, so you guys mostly do sounding rocket tests?
Yes.
Now, in the sounding rocket test, what's been the optimal altitude?
Again, I'd have to defer to someone else whether or not we can, if I can give out that information or.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be public knowledge?
No, because we are funded by like.
Yeah, I see that you guys. Yeah, I see.
To them.
Yeah, I see that you guys have done stuff with DARPA and NASA. So, yeah, I'm not asking for specific technical, capabilities, because I know that that's proprietary. I mean, that's why you guys are in that business, because if you're doing it a specific way that's proprietary to you, you don't want to let people know, hey, we can get things to this level.
Proprietary to us. I mean, this is the results, and all the information belongs to the department that contracted us to achieve the results. And
so
they haven't made it public knowledge that
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you guys, small rocket engine development is really based on, just coming up with some really creative mathematics to say, if you combine these chemical elements and this type of vehicle, we could design this specific type of engine.
That's in theory. That's half of the process, right? And you have to build it, prove it out, and
so how are you guys proving it out though? Through computer modeling?
What was that?
How are you guys proving it out? Through computer modeling or actual physical testing?
Through testing, yes.
All right. So when you guys have to prove it out to present it to DARPA or NASA, how are you doing the test?
How do we do the test? Well, we do stationary tests. We also do launches on their sites. There's all sorts of ways to test.
Okay, so on the launches that you guys have actually conducted to prove out your concept, what's been just optimal? What's been like a median?
Yeah, again, that since we don't build rockets for ourselves.
Okay.
There is no information that I can give out that is companies. Everything belongs to any kind of government agency that has contracted us for those tests.
Okay. So if I wanted, let's just say you guys design CubeSats?
No, we don't.
You don't. So I have to design a CubeSat and then hand it over to you, and then you basically design some sort of launch vehicle platform for me.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so let me give you this scenario. What if I wanted to go, say, 800 kilometers? Straight vertical, 90 degrees. And then from there, the vehicle takes sort of an angular trajectory out beyond the exosphere. What is that viable? Is that plausible?
Yeah.
So you can develop something.
You can steer your rocket wherever you want it to go. To another country or into the ocean or whatever it is.
In the ocean, huh?
That's usually where you want it to head is in the ocean.
Wait, that's what you say? That's usually where you want to, out to the ocean?
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course, you want to be out from population, but then what happens after that? I mean, I don't want my...
That's usually where your rocket ends up, is in the ocean.
Okay. Okay. Now, are these
If it's successful, that's where it needs to end up.
so everything's taking an eastward trajectory from launching from the U.S.?
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. Right?
And then if I'm anywhere else, say in Latin America or Asia or Africa, we're going to the southern Indian Ocean or southern Atlantic, right?
Yeah, it depends on what your desired orbit is, right? And that's out of my scope. I don't know exactly the launch trajectories that are required to get to whatever desired orbit is.
Okay. 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 Well, Todd, man, you've been helpful, man. I really appreciate it. And you have a good day. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
But who are you with? Or?
I'm a private company. Q-Tech work on mainly, we're working on an application to develop an AI capability where the system can learn from other systems.
Okay. And you're looking for someone to launch something and maintain an altitude, or?
Yeah, launch it, and I want it to stay up there.
Yeah.
I want it to stay up there. And right now,
right? You have to, whatever, in order to stay up, that's a whole different, you either need to be in some sort of orbit or have some means of providing, the key.
Well, yeah, and that's what I've been looking into, and I've discovered that there's some platforms out there where you can launch the rocket, and then once you deploy the actual CubeSat, a balloon could come out of it. It's the same concept that they used for Echo 1. When Echo 1 was launched, they launched it on a rocket. It got to a specific altitude. It continued through a microgravity environment, gaining altitude. Once it reached that apogee, a football field size helium balloon was deployed, and it elevated higher in altitude. So that's how they want to do it. Right now, NASA has where you can submit procurement orders where you can have anywhere between, football sized balloons that you could, put onto a payload.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, because these balloons, some of the Echo 1 was up in orbit for 8 years. Now, when I say orbit, I don't mean in a vacuum. I mean, it was above, I'd say maybe 150 kilometers. Well, it was floating, but it was moving along with thermals. You have thermals in the thermosphere. Yeah, it was moving along with thermals. You're probably familiar with what Google Loons is doing, and they developed the same capability the U.S. Army Air Service.
They're launching from the ground, right?
Yeah, they're launching from the ground. They deploy the rocket, then a balloon deploys. They get it up into the thermal area where they can navigate the thing and use jets to move from one level to another, or to one location to another location. And I guess it's basically just going along with the current and the jet stream of the wind around the planet. So, but they can know what the general location is. That's why they're looking to put a crap load of them up in the air, so that way they can have a large area covered, and they can just bounce signals around. That's how it's been done for decades. So I was looking to do the same thing, but I want to go at a higher altitude.
Right. Okay.
So I want, it'd be great to have max rocket thrust capability. And when I say max, I'm not saying, it needs to be more than 5,000 pounds, but I want the most bang for my buck. I want to get the rocket to max accuracy that's possible, exceeding what the STS missions have been going, which is just above the Kármán line of 340,000 feet. And then they separate from the main fuel tank. And then after that, you don't see anything. So you're not really sure if they travel any further. But, with the ISS being at 245 miles and you see the STS separate from the main fuel tank, and you do the math, you're like, wait a minute, they got to travel another 100 miles to the ISS. So how are they getting there? And, yeah, that's quite a distance. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of orbits. And I don't think they're taking that many orbits, because when the camera shuts off at 345,000 feet, literally within a couple of hours, they're within 100 yards of the ISS, which means that they'd have to be moving in excess of 20,000 miles an hour, and they're not moving at that speed.
It usually takes a quarter back around that to get to those temperatures.
Yeah.
Far up, and to maintain that, you have to go really fast.
Yeah, really fast. And right now, no one's going faster than 17,000 miles. Yeah. Unless they're getting some sort of push, and I don't know where the push is coming from.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Todd, man, I really appreciate it. I want to follow you guys' company, man. It looks like you're doing some really interesting things.
Right.
So you guys, you do take contracts for private companies, right?
Yes, we will. I'm not the one to talk to about that, but
okay. You guys have a business development person?
Yeah, I can get you in touch with someone about that.
Okay.
Let me take your information down, and I will have them contact you.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's Robert Bassano, Bassano. My number 7. Huh?
Right. Bassau.
No, ANO. Alpha November Oscar. Yeah.
Okay.
And my number is 703 659 2154.
Okay. I will pass on this information and to our business person, and we'll see if we have anything for you.
Hey, fantastic. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Okay, peeps. That's one down. That's one. Did everyone hear that one? That's what we call the Lego peeps. Okay, so here we're gonna do.
Robert, try to lift up your volume. People were complaining.
Mine is turned all the way up, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
It's turned all the way up. See, what happens is I got all the shit running, and it's taking up a lot of bandwidth. So this is people are just gonna have to listen really carefully.
Yeah. Boost your mics, people.
That guy probably had his volume down as well. So
yeah,
you never know. Okay, let's do another call here. We'll do another call. Let's see who we're gonna call now. These people, we can't reach them. We already called Ventions. Let's call Let's call Space Information Laboratories. Let's call them. Space Information Laboratories. 805 925 9010. I'm gonna keep asking the same question, man, about altitude. Space-based range.
Thank you for calling Space Information Lab. To reach your required party, please select one of the following. For the operator, press 0 pound. For Edinburgh, press 1 pound. For engineering, press 2 pound. Calling the operator, please wait.
Yeah, people, a lot of these companies, man, I think they're fucking front companies, man. I really fucking do. I really think these are front companies, man. They're taking fucking people's money. So let's do this. Let's call this company here. 4541. We're gonna call Scaled Composites.
Scaled Composites. This is Sam.
Sam, how you doing? Robert Bassano.
Hi there.
How you doing, Sam?
Good, thank you.
Listen, I have got some aerospace technical questions. I'm a graduate student and I'm working on a paper, a concept paper, for a custom aerial platform.
Okay, can you hold for just a moment, please?
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, they may know my name.
Thank you for holding. Were you looking for your business with Scaled?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I want to talk to my new business. Is Corey Bird available?
Well, let me try Peter Calagianis. Hold on, please.
Who?
Peter Calagianis.
Peter Calagianis. Okay. Who does he work for? What is his position?
He's our marketing manager.
Marketing. I want to talk to somebody like a technology officer and somebody in engineering.
Right. You need to start with Peter.
Why would I need to start with Peter?
Sir, can I transfer the call?
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Okay. Projects here. What they got here on projects?
Sorry, Peter Calagianis is not available. Record your message at the tone.
Yeah, you see? Bunch of bullshit, man. They don't even want to talk to people. So we're going to leave them alone for right now. All right, let's try another. Now, what I wanted to show you guys on this one, Tiago and I talked about this one. This is going to freak you guys out. Check this shit out. This company is called Rocket Plane. Okay, Rocket Plane. You're going to find this real interesting. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Rocket Plane was created in 2001. Okay, 2001. And I want to show you this interesting damn video they have. No, it's not a video, it's actually a photo. I want everybody to see this shit. Can everybody see that, Tiago? Tiago. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Everybody can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so check this out. This company, Rocket Plane, says that they got a space shuttle type vehicle. As you can see it right here, plain as day. They can load oxygen and fuel in flight at 40,000 feet away from high population areas. That's code speak for, we don't want you seeing this shit. Okay? They say by starting fully fueled at 40,000 feet and a speed of 500 kilometers an hour, the rocket plane saves about 20% of the weight required to get to orbit. A typical payload to orbit is 2 to 3% of the takeoff weight. This saving enables a relatively large payload to orbit with a total reusable spacecraft. Now, for those who are familiar with how they actually do in-flight refueling for fighter jets, these big C-130s. They've got an aircraft just like this, go up in the air, somewhere around 50, 60,000 feet. It's just up there. They even have blimps. They even have jet fuel blimps that are up at 100,000 feet plus, where these things come that they can be remotely controlled. They can come down to altitude and refuel a jet automatically. It's automated. You put in a specific PIN code and a cryptographic key, and this aerial refueling tank identifies the aircraft and says, okay, this aircraft's authorized to fuel. And the umbilical comes out, fuels this bad boy up. That's the fucking space shuttle, people. Now that's another artist rendition of what a space shuttle looks like. But this company was created in 2001. That's when it came on the scene. But before that, you better believe that they actually had the technology to do this. Now, here's what I want to bring up. The other day, here's what I showed. When you look at what this fucking thing can do, okay? When you look at what this can do, I showed the Space Shuttle Operating Manual, okay? I showed the Space Shuttle Operating Manual, all right? And I'm going to show it to you again, all right? I'm going to show this shit to you again. You're not going to believe this shit, okay? So check this out. What the fuck is that thing? That's not it. So here's the deal. Here's the Space Shuttle Operating Manual, right? So I want you guys to see this, so that I'm very clear on this shit. Hang on. All right, here we go. So I want to show you guys. This is the angle of attack for space shuttle. Here's your space shuttle right here. Right? Here's your space shuttle. That's the same fucking design vehicle. That's the same design vehicle right here. Okay? So here's your space shuttle. Now, I went over this before on Justin's channel. I want you to see this shit. You see that common number right there? You see that? Look at that. Now I know that's knots. And the other thing saying 500 kilometers an hour. Okay? But I want you to understand something. They have to drop down to this speed. It's about 500 kilometers an hour. Right? Which is around, what is it, like 250 miles an hour, some shit like that? 300 miles an hour? I ain't doing the conversions right. But when you look at this, and you think about every STS mission that ever occurred, and they never announced when this fucking thing's gonna come back into the Earth's atmosphere, so to speak. But if the space shuttle is designed like a fucking aircraft, a high-speed aircraft, flying around at 500 knots, 500 knots, and let's just say it can get up in altitude because it's got enough fuel, and then when it's just flying around, and it's being refueled by this fucking thing. It's being refueled by this fucking thing. And then all of a sudden it comes back into the atmosphere and you hear some sonic boom. This is how they've been doing it. This company right here. This company. Just think about it. I want you to think about it. Think about how they've been fucking flying that shuttles around and refueling with this fucking thing. Because if this company has been doing it since 2001, you better believe NASA's been doing it longer than that. You better believe they've been doing it longer than that. Talk about specs. We're going to call this company. We're going to call them. You better believe that shit. Right fucking now. We are going to call them. Because I got some fucking questions to ask. All right? I got questions. So we're going down the fucking call list here. Because this kind of trips me out. We're going to call these people. See if we can get in touch with Mr. George French. These guys are not even in the same location. They're probably using their cell phones. Look at this.
You've reached the voicemail for Rocket Plane Global. You may also leave a message for Kistler Space Systems or Space Explorers, and your call will be returned as soon as time permits.
Bullshit. Let's call another one. Let's call Chuck.
Chuck Lauer.
Chuck, how you doing? Robert Bass.
Hello, who's this?
This is Robert Bassano. How are you doing?
Fine. Say your name again, please.
My name is Robert Bassano. Bassano. So
All right.
I was doing some research on private aerospace companies.
Okay.
And see you guys have reservations offering for the choosing experience for suborbital space. And I wanted to get a little bit of specs on the vehicle itself, but you guys don't have it on your website.
Right. We've kind of put the website into stealth mode. Our vehicle is a one-piece ship. It's a horizontal takeoff and landing jet plus rocket system, and so it looks kind of like a business jet with two jet engines in the cells and the tail, and then a rocket engine in the center of the tail. And the kit has one pilot and 5 customer seats.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. Our focus right now, though, is on and then the spec is basically the same 100-kilometer plus 3 to 4 minutes of zero gravity at the top of the parabola, about a 45-minute flight total. And so it's not terribly dissimilar from any of the other suborbital tourism flights. But our focus right now is on a larger vehicle that is geared primarily for the satellite launch market. We're not actively working on the tourist vehicle at the moment. The satellite launch business is kind of booming at the moment, and potentially there's more revenue in the satellite launch business than there is in the tourism business.
So you guys, the vehicle you have right now, I mean, I'm looking at the website. It just looks like another modern version of the shuttle. Is that what it was designed behind?
Well, anything that's dealing with a hypersonic reentry is going to have a similar sort of wing shape. I mean, the aerodynamics dictate the shape.
Okay.
I believe the website's got the one with the open payload bay.
Yeah.
That's the satellite launch vehicle. And so the big difference is that vehicle takes off from a runway under jet power by itself.
Okay.
Rendezvous with the tanker, uses the tanker to transfer the bulk of its propellant rather than the shuttle use that big orange throwaway external tank.
Yeah.
And took off vertically from a platform rather than taking off from a runway. Landed on a runway as a glider, but in our case, we're both taking off and landing on runways in horizontal configuration.
So the photo op.
The payload bay is the same. The payload bay carries the upper stage and the satellite. So in that case, the payload bay is sort of similar to a shuttle payload bay.
So based on what's on the website, you guys get to about 40,000 feet. You fuel up with the fuel you need, and then once you detach from the umbilical to refuel up with, was it liquid O2?
Yeah, so it's kerosene and liquid oxygen. Yes.
So to get up to 40,000 feet, you're using traditional jet fuel?
Exactly.
So and then you switch to liquid O2 and kerosene.
Right. I mean, kerosene is jet fuel, so it's the same. That the jet engines and the rocket engine drink the same fuel, but the rocket engine needs the liquid oxygen as well.
And then from there, you guys basically fire the engines up and climb another another 240,000 feet.
Yeah, we're actually above. It's about 75 nautical miles is the altitude, so that's like 150 kilometers or something. We're above the 100-kilometer tourism threshold line, but the key thing is that we're going much faster than you normally would on a tourism flight. The tourism vehicles are Mach 3-ish through Mach 3 to Mach 4. This vehicle is giving about half the orbital velocity from the reusable system, so it's about Mach 12 is the peak velocity.
Wow! So I guess that explains why you're not putting people on there yet.
Well, we have something that we haven't shown publicly, where we put a passenger module in the payload bay. So yeah, we could do that, but at that kind of speed, you actually could do something practical with it and do 1-hour ocean hops. So the long-range potential of this technology is for hypersonic point-to-point transport, but the market right now is based on the satellite launch business. Okay, so I mean, this may be proprietary, but when you talk about the satellite launch business, what's going to be, the max payload for a vehicle of this size? We can get over 2 tons to low Earth orbit. To a space station orbit, we could be over 4,000 pounds.
So that would be like the max, 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, a little more than that, but it's in that ballpark.
Okay. So I'm assuming that you already done test flights for all this stuff and everything. Is that available? No. You haven't test flighted yet?
It's in the engineering phase. I mean, with modern computer design and graphics, you can make things look photorealistic. This is hundreds of millions of dollars to do. We're actually putting together a proposal for DARPA now for this class of space plane, but money is the real rocket fuel. And
yeah, because it looks like DARPA.
Investors.
Yeah, DARPA had that. Don't they have that little X plane that they've been putting in the space testing? It's about what, a third the size?
That's the X-37, and that's the Air Force, and that's been operational for at least 5 years now. There's a new program called the DARPA XS-1 program, which is for this class of vehicle, and that's what we're putting together a proposal for now. And then we're also working on commercial funding and investment prospects to try and put the funding together for this.
So when are you guys expecting to actually start conducting human testing?
2019, 2020 timeframe.
Okay. Because I mean, it said you guys were founded in 2001, so I immediately was like, okay,
well,
wow.
That's not actually true. The real founding of the company was all the way back in 1995. I'm one of the founders of the company, but we changed our corporate entity in 2001. But we've actually been working at it longer than that, so more than 20 years. Can I just passively ask? Did you guys actually sell this capability and concept for the development of the space shuttle program? No, because it's damn similar. Sorry about that. It's really similar. The shuttle was actually designed in the 70s.
Yeah, in the 70s. Yeah.
That predates us by another 20 years.
Yeah, because I could see how, they could have kept it going if they used you guys' concept of refueling in flight to get the shuttle to where
yeah,
it needed to be.
I mean, but it's a different vehicle. The shuttle was designed a certain way to do a certain mission, and it worked fine most of the time. But it was very expensive to operate, and the reason it was retired was because economically NASA couldn't afford to keep it running and still do what else they wanted to do. So this is a purely commercial venture, and it's addressing different markets, and it's a much smaller vehicle. So it's this, the whole vehicle is about 85 feet long, about a 40-foot wingspan. So it's the size of a business jet with a delta wing instead of a thin wing like you would normally see.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you got the knowledge on how this thing's supposed to be done. Let me ask you sort of a rhetorical question here. So based on how the shuttle's designed and the size of you guys' aircraft, things are getting, how should I say, we're in this nanonized type of business atmosphere now where we got to make everything smaller and lighter.
Right.
With the STS, the size of it is, I mean, was it aerodynamically designed and capable of carrying something, say, like the Chandra telescope at 50,000 pounds? Once it got to apogee, would it literally been able to stay there for a significant amount of time to get it out into orbit when it was twice the mass of Hubble?
Yeah, that's what the shuttle was. That's what it was designed to do, was get all the way to orbit with a 50,000-pound payload. They only flew 50,000 pounds a few times, but some of the Space Telescope deployments were in that character, and some of the heavier ISS assembly missions were close to that too. So
that's a lot of weight.
That's what that's what the shuttle was designed to do, and that's why it was so big, and that's why it had that huge expendable hydrogen oxygen tank. The big orange tank was where the fuel was. There wasn't any fuel on board the shuttle itself. It was all in the external tank and then the strap-on pallets. So
in the relation to you guys' vehicle, how is that going to compare with the size of the shuttle? Are you guys' vehicles like half the size of the shuttle?
It's 2/3 the size of the orbiter part of the shuttle, but 1/3 the size of the overall. If you stood the vehicle on its tail and compared it to the height of the external tank, it's going to be much smaller than that. But it's not designed to carry 50,000 pounds to orbit either. It only goes to half orbital velocity, and an expendable upper stage takes the payload the rest of the way to orbit, and the total payload to orbit is a couple of tons, not 25 tons.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna definitely follow you guys. This is interesting.
Okay, well,
definitely interesting.
Appreciate the phone call. Right now it's all about trying to find the investors and the orders and the customers and everything to try and put the business case together.
Yeah,
the engineering is ready to go. It's really funding dependent.
Yeah, I was noticing that reservations is costing about $100,000.
Well,
depending on funding and future development. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, appreciate your interest, and hopefully we'll be in a position where we can be a little more public and show some more stuff and keep moving ahead by this fall. But appreciate the call.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You too. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, better.
That guy has the scripted.
Yeah, he got it down, man. He did. He knew exactly how to answer that. But let's keep going here, man, because I got one more to do. I want to do one more for everybody. We already did the rocket plane.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can do Space Frontiers. Let me see what they do first. Kerosene rocket engine. They only build engines, dude. Yeah, they only do engines. So let's see if we can do another one here. Deep Space Industries. Let's see if we can try Deep Space Industries. No, they don't have a phone number. They don't have a phone number. Copenhagen, we can't do. I wanted to show everybody this one.
Oh, the data.
Wait, hang on. We got this company too. Reusable rockets. Well, let me call this reusable rocket company first. They're in California as well. Let's call them up. Let's call them up. See what they do here. Services.
For calling Master Space Systems. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For the operator, press 0. For the dial by name directory, press 9. Thank you for calling Mojave Shop. Please hold while I try to connect you. Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Mojave Shop. No one is available to take your call.
Yeah, no one can take that call. Oh, well. All right, people. I'm going to have to find some more companies to call. Anybody want to make suggestions, please do. But I want to show you this before we log off, okay, and stop this broadcast. This is the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. So, people keep telling me, oh, yeah, the Hubble, you're an idiot. The Hubble exists, people taking pictures of it, yada, yada, yada. So I decided, based on some information that Justin sent me regarding Chandra, let's check out Chandra, right? So I'm going to do another presentation sometime later in the week. We're going to break down the space treaty with the UN. But I want you to see it. They got the Chandra Observatory that's launched on July 23rd, right? And when you open up this document, right, every single country, you launch a rocket into space, you got to register that launch. You have to. When this is what we're going to do, all right? So here's their document. United Nations Secretariat, okay? Information furnished in conformity with the Convention on Registration of Objects Launched into Outer Space, okay? So every space agency has to register. So this is the registration by the United States, July 31st of 1999, whereby they launched Chandra. They said the general function of this space object, okay, at 72,064 kilometers, where the Chandra is supposed to be, as a spacecraft engaged in investigation of spacecraft techniques and technology. It also talks about the spent boosters, spent maneuvering stages, shrouds, and other non-functional objects. Now, they're saying that the boosters or whatever were expelled at 13,836 kilometers. Then you got spent boosters, spent maneuvering stages, shrouds, and other non-functional objects. But what I want you to pay attention to is this. The Chandra is supposed to be an X-ray telescope looking at the universe for like supernovas and black holes and shit, right? That's what it's supposed to be doing. But look at the description they put down for the Chandra. Spacecraft engaged. Let me blow it up here so everybody can see this fucking plain as day. Spacecraft engaged in investigation of spacecraft techniques and technology. So what does that mean? I'll tell you what that shit means to me. You sent something up there to go look at another fucking spacecraft to monitor what it was doing. You're telling everybody you're looking at the fucking stars and black holes and supernovas and other planets, but you sent that fucking thing up there to investigate another spacecraft that's doing some crazy funkin' shit. That's what Chandra's doing. That's Chandra. That's what Chandra's doing. Chandra is not up there doing what they told us what it's doing. They filed this paperwork saying that the function of this space object is to investigate, sorry about that, investigate spacecraft techniques and technology. I know everybody been talking about that whole fake alien invasion shit, but now I'm starting to think, you gotta start thinking now, what other spacecraft? Why would you send a spacecraft up there to look at another spacecraft? And you guys, I know you guys remember when I talked to that Hubble guy, what did I say to him? Don't you have another satellite up there that can take a picture of Hubble so you can see what it's doing? What did he say? No, we don't have anything. Chandra was launched 9 years after the Hubble. So could Chandra be looking at Hubble? Because technically, Chandra is supposed to be higher in altitude than Hubble. So is Chandra looking back at Hubble? Or is Chandra looking at something fucking else that ain't supposed to be out there? Or does Chandra even exist at all? Because when they talk about space, spent boosters, spent maneuvering stages and shrouds and other non-functional objects, then what the hell did you put up there other than the rocket boosters and fuel tanks when you expended that? What are other non-functional objects? Okay, now here's something that Tiago and I talked about. We're going to start researching, but we need help from all of you. We need help from every fucking single one of you. Because if you look at this data sheet, basic orbital characteristics, look at this. It says the following objects achieved orbit since the last report, but are no longer in orbit as at 2000 Zulu time, 31st of July, 1999. Now, I'm going to give you guys the link to this database. I need everybody searching for what these objects are. Because whatever they are no longer in orbit. They're no longer in orbit. I want to know what these objects were, what type of satellites they were, because they're no longer in orbit. We need you guys' help to start searching for this shit online. You'll go to this website, you'll find out what this was, who launched it, and start searching the fucking databases to find out what these objects are. Because this ain't the only document. There's more. There's more. You talk about other shit that was in orbit in 1999. Now let me go back. So we now saw the data on Chandra, right? So check this out. You see they list the Chandra, they list the registration document and the external link. The external link to Chandra takes you to chandra.harvard.edu, right? It's an X-ray astronomy telescope. This is what it's supposed to be fucking doing. It's supposed to be looking at light, solar system, supernova. This is all the shit it said it's taking a picture of. Okay? Now, according to the UN, this thing is investigating another spacecraft. But according to Harvard, this is generating these bullshit pictures. But let's go back. Let me take you back. Because now what we're going to do is this. I'm going to actually type in fucking Hubble and wait till you see what comes up. Let me type in. Remember, I already proved Hubble doesn't exist in an international database. Okay? But let me show you something about Hubble. They registered Hubble and they claim it was launched April 24th, 1990. Okay? They registered Hubble. Now, they said the function of the space object is to research and exploration of upper atmosphere and outer space. Okay? upper atmosphere and outer space. Okay? There's no link to the Hubble website at all. So that's red flag number one. That's red flag number one. There's no link to the fucking Hubble website at all. That's red flag number one. Let me show you red flag number 2 and 3. Because you only get 3 strikes with me. I've already proved this shit once, actually twice. I went into the international database, it ain't there. Talked to a Hubble team member, he didn't give the responses we were expecting. Actually, we were expecting that, but we all got surprised. Okay? So here you go. January 21st, 1992, United Nations Secretariat. Okay? Now, here's the original document. You guys know, I always like showing you the documentation. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And here goes the proof right here. So there were several launches in January 1st, January 9th, January 22nd. Okay, they launched something up there. Okay, they don't even say what fucking country it was, to be honest with you. They don't even tell you what country submitted this shit. It was the United States. United States. So the United States launched some shit. 31st, where was it? Let's check something out here real quick. Let's check something out. Let's check something out. Check out NASA STS launches. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up here. When was that date? That was actually 1990, right? 1990. Yeah. So let's go to past missions. Shuttle missions. (1990). Okay, in 1990. Well, that's 1999. My fault. My fault. So in 1990, right, there was one fucking launch. There was one launch on January fucking 9th. January 9th. And the payload, the mission. Objectives were deployment of the CENTCOM-4 F-5 Defense Communication Satellite and retrieval of NASA's Long Duration Exposure Facility. Okay? That was the mission. That was the mission. The launch schedule for December 18th night was postponed to complete and verify modification to Pad A being used for first time since January 1986. The launch schedule for January 8th scrubbed due to weather conditions. They scrubbed the fucking launch on January 8th. But they went up the next day. All right? Now, according to this, they say they fucking sent something up. They spent boosters, spent maneuvering stages, shrouds, and other non-functional objects on January 1st. They also said they sent something up January fucking 24th. The only thing that went up in the fucking air was this STS mission on January 9th. January 9th, people. January 9th. Here goes all the launches right here. You got January, February, April, October, November, December. So what the fuck else went up in the sky? What else? They're claiming they sent shit up there. So you launched something on January 1st to what? 19,000 kilometers? You launched something went to 34 kilometers, something went to 20,000 kilometers? Come on, people. You see this shit for yourself. There ain't fucking nothing else. I mean, here's the deal. They said this is all January. Let's go to some other dates here. Hold on for a second. All right, let's be correct. 28th, reusable transportation system. But wait a minute. There should have been a reusable transportation system on January 9th. Where is it? Where's the reusable transportation system on January 9th?
It stayed home.
You understand what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
fucking mission didn't happen. This mission, STS-32, didn't happen.
Only happened in the media, basically.
This mission did not fucking happen, people. Come on. It didn't happen. Because when we go back, when we go down here, the reusable space transportation system is the shuttle. So on February 28th, okay, let's go to February 28th. Let's go to February 28th. That's STS-36, okay? STS-36. The launch weight was classified, okay? I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck what it was. It says the launch was postponed on the 22nd until the 23rd, 24th, and 25th due to illness of crew commander and weather conditions. All right? It just seems they always use weather as a fucking excuse. The launch was reset for the 26th and scrubbed again due to weather conditions. The launch on February 20th was set for a classified window lying within a launch period extended from midnight to 4 a.m. So they're not going to tell you what that mission was, but whatever the fuck they went up there to do, okay, it made it to 240 kilometers, which is 100 kilometers above the Kármán line, which means it was a fucking high altitude reconnaissance mission. It was. They said it was, on the 14th, it was research and exploration of the upper atmosphere or outer space. This was on the 14th of February. The 28th, they only went up there. They didn't carry nothing else because there's no other data. Look at this shit. It says the following objects were launched since the last report and remain in orbit. That's what they said. They said it remained in orbit. And keep going through this shit. I mean, this is another following information from McDonnell Douglas Corporation provided the following information. So here goes the classified mission, people, right here. Evaluate laser beam distortion in atmosphere. Measure absolute intensity of low energy laser beam. Launch second stage. Launch complex 17. There you go, right there. March. Look at this, man. Look, the reusable spacecraft. Reusable spacecraft transportation systems are no longer in orbit. I need you guys checking this shit out. 1990. Now that could be maybe the space station modules. That's what that could be. Could be the space station modules. All of this shit could be. But this is shit that came. No, this was stuff that was launched in 1990. This is shit that was launched in 1963. 1963. 1961. That's some interesting shit, people. Interesting.
They are sending everything except the lights.
Yeah, that's interesting shit. So when you look, what do? We were looking for Hubble, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Hubble. Hubble ain't there. Hubble is not there. Because Hubble, this is the Hubble data, right? It was supposed to be April. So let's go to April. And take everybody to April. So they can see it. I'm not going to be hiding shit. So the Hubble, the STS, the STS-31 with the Hubble on it, launched April 24th, 1990. There's the mission right there. It went to an altitude of 624 kilometers. All right, that's around 330 miles. But here's the deal. All of you people who can read documentation, which is all of you, okay? The Hubble came back. I mean, the shuttle came back. Reusable space transportation system. But look at this. Look what they list here. They don't say what the Hubble was. They said it's research and exploration of upper atmosphere or outer space. They don't tell you, like the Chandra. They don't explain what the Chandra. They explain what the Chandra was supposed to be doing. But when the U.S. filed this with the United Nations, they put research and exploration of the upper atmosphere or outer space. How many of these missions we saw where they said, oh, we're researching an exploration of the upper atmosphere and outer space? And then when you look at, and this was on April 5th, the Hubble hadn't even left. But look how they put the quotation marks for each one of these separate dates. Okay? And look at the date. They said, whatever the fuck went up there is for research exploration of the upper atmosphere or outer space. They don't even tell you what it was. And I'm going to tell you here right now, the fucking Hubble never fucking went up there. They sent the STS up there, but the Hubble wasn't in that fucking cargo bay. And then they say here, you know, these are the dates of when some shit was up in the sky and it came back down. Now, here's what's interesting. I'm interested in this one here. 1990 025B. 025B. I want to know what the fuck is 025B. Because I think 025B is literally something that was no longer in orbit. And I think it was the fucking Hubble. I think it's the Hubble. I need help with this, people. I need help with it. Because it would make sense to me that they retroactively put this motherfucker in the database. It launched on the 24th, came back, right? And then on the 30th, they listed it, oh, fuck, it fell out of the sky. Or it never even left the ground. Never even left the ground. So a lot of this shit don't make no sense to me.
And if it left in a balloon.
It had to be. And Antarctica, and I showed that video when
Yeah.
8,000-pound telescope looking exactly like Hubble went up on a fucking balloon in Antarctica.
Yeah.
In Antarctica. I mean, here goes the rest of the dates. Hubble is not there. Period. Hubble ain't fucking there.
And it should be there. That important.
Hubble was not registered. It's supposed to be a telescope. All the universities, every space, it's supposed to be a program between the European Space Agency and the US. And it's not even listed. It's not. It's listed as a research and exploration of upper atmosphere or outer space. Look how many missions there are that say the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
They are testing the space, basically.
I mean, come on, just look at this shit. This is bullshit. This is UN, people. It's United Nations. United Nations. This is it right here. It's your program. It's your bullshit program. Anybody wanting this link? I'm gonna try to provide this shit to people.
Yeah.
Let me give everybody the index link so they can go and check it out themselves. Let me give this to everybody. Here's the link where you can go searching for every fucking thing that's supposed to be in space. Everything that's in space. Oh shit.
It's too big.
Yeah, it's too big, dude. The link is too big.
Oh.
And we're gonna have to put it down in the description section. We'll put it down in the description section later, people. We'll put it down there later for you. But other than that, that's it, people. That's it. We made a few fucking phone calls for you. I gotta find some more companies to call because a lot of them are fucking not available. But other than that, I want to thank all of you for showing up, helping me out. Tiago, I really appreciate it. And
Anytime, man.
All I gotta say, people, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And you guys should have enough information right now to go on
Yeah.
to start putting together some video. I need to start seeing some of you people showing up in chat. Start putting together some vids, man. Working with some people. If you don't do your own videos, that's cool too. But if you're working with somebody who's putting together videos, start using for some of this information, man. Start using some of this information because I need help. I can't do all this shit by myself.
Yeah. You have
I
to
got a shitload
cooperate.
of fucking documents in my cloud, secure cloud. I'm doing the research, as I'm going along, as I'm studying for school, you know, and I'm gonna do this maybe once. I'm gonna probably do this maybe once every other week. Every Monday, we're gonna make a few phone calls. We're gonna make a few phone calls together. I don't mind putting my name out there and my telephone number, and I'm gonna ask some questions. But if you have some companies you think you want me to call, send me an email with the name of the companies, the website. I'll check them out, and then send me a list of questions you want me to ask them. And boom, we'll do this shit every other Monday. Every other Monday, we will do this, and we'll see what's up. Because we need to make sense of this shit. All these space programs are popping up. Some of them don't even answer the fucking phone. So if they're taking millions of your dollars, your taxpayer dollars, and they don't have people answering the fucking phone, then that's a front company. That's a ghost company. They're there basically to get a government contract to make millions of dollars, and they don't ever develop shit. Look at that one company we talked to, Rocket Plane. They've been in business since 1995, and they don't even have. They still trying to raise money.
Yeah. It's a cleaning company,
They,
basically.
they they still trying to raise money, but somehow they developed a vehicle that looks damn similar to what the space shuttle looks like. They got something damn similar to what the space shuttle looks like, and I believe that that's how the space shuttle has been fucking flying around every time they launched it. It's going up in altitude, refueling, and boom, it's taking off somewhere else. Some dude says, "Oh, this chat is useless." Michael Snyder, whoever Michael Snyder is, hey, it's up to you, dude. You can leave. If it's useless, leave. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, bro. But other than that, people, I want to, that was a fun. It was raw. I didn't have anything pre-prepared. It was I just wanted to try this out to see how it was going to work. I might put it up. I might not. I might publish this, or I just might keep it private. But for all of you who actually saw it and listened to it, you got first dibs on it. For those who didn't see it and listen to it, I might make this private because there was a lot of shit shown. Some of you might have already mirrored this shit and might copy it and put it out on your channel. Great, but once I end the broadcast, I gotta reevaluate this shit to see if it's worth me actually posting and putting up. But again, I'm open to suggestions and options, and let's see what we can do. You got this data? Start looking for this shit. Raw is no Vaseline, Planate. You got that right, bro. Raw. That's right. I ain't looking to grease it up for nobody, bro. But yeah, if anyone got any questions, you got any comments, you want to make some suggestions, I got about 5 minutes. Check on permission to record calls, Robert. Oh yeah. You're right about that. You're right. That's why I said I might not post it because, I'm not looking. I want to keep getting information from these people. So yeah, you're right about that. Calm Gibney said that. He's absolutely right because I want to continue to get information because now I want to look at these companies' websites a little bit more carefully, and I want to start asking some more detailed questions. But the information I did provide you guys about that call with NASA I had, I don't want to cause no problems with that girl I spoke to, but she did say the temperatures, the temperatures outside the ISS. Call Judith Resnick live next. Challenger bitch who's alive. Oh, dude, yeah, you gotta yeah, Catholics. Let me. I put. I'm sorry about that, dude. You gotta provide me with the You definitely gotta provide me with the name for that chick, man. I mean, well, actually, I don't even know how to get in touch with her, Catholics. You gotta hook me up on that one. You got to send me the information on that one, Catholics. You definitely got to send me the information on that one. But again, you guys start searching these companies out there, and if you got names and numbers of people, you know, again, I did those 3 calls. Those people didn't know those calls were being recorded. Great, it put out a lot of information. I didn't do it for any specific purpose to get a lot of interested viewers. It was just something I just did on the fly. But yeah, Gibney's right. You know, in the future, I'm gonna need to give people some permission. Say, hey, do you mind if I actually record this? Because you know, I got legitimate reason to do it because I'm working on research papers and study. So they either say yes or no, and if they say no, I can't. I'm gonna just have to. Basically, you guys are gonna have to trust me that what I tell you based on the interview I had is true. Because I'm not gonna put out. I don't put out bullshit information. I'm a guy who likes putting out the documentation to show you guys proof. But again, these recorded phone calls, I gotta be careful with them, man. Even though I'm in another country, shit, when I come in the U.S., man, they could, fuck me up and say, hey, you violated Electronic Privacy Act. We're gonna get you for this and get you for that, So, but other than that, first result, Google. Yeah, you guys out there, GeoShifter, you know who Judith Resnick is? Get her information. I'm gonna see if I can get her on the phone. I don't give a fuck about recording her fucking phone call because if she's supposed to have died on a fucking shuttle explosion, oh yeah. I mean, like Judith Resnick, former astronaut Judith Resnick, and she could probably, if she hang up the phone, we know right then and there that's her.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
We know that's her. We're gonna know that's her. But I got a way I'd be able to talk to her to basically.
We should also find.
Yeah, Catholics, email me this information, man. Email me this, dude, because I can't copy it out of chat. Email it to me, brother. Please email it to me. Send it to me, man. Email me this information, bro. Email it to me. Because I'll get to talk to her. Believe that. I will talk to her. Cows in the trees, look, who is the CEO? Who's cows in the trees? Flat Horizon. Wait, I've been seeing where he says cows in the trees. So did he was supposed to die too. Okay, send me that information, Flat Horizons. Send me all this information. But listen, people, I need help. Dang,
Yes.
this dude, Catholic ain't no joke, man. He actually give me this chick's phone number already, man. Send me the information, brother, through email. Send me the information through email, brother. Please. But again, this was fun, people. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I'm probably going to have to. I probably won't post this video, people. I'm sorry. Forgive me on that. But I need to get more information from these companies I talked to. You heard it. You saw it. You experienced it for yourself. If you want additional information based on this just hangout we had, please do email me because I'm going to make it private. This is going private. Okay? If nobody got any other questions, I want to thank you guys tremendously. All right? Tremendously. And y'all going to have a good day. All right? Take care of yourself. Peace out. And again, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. We need to prove this shit with some seriousness. No more bullshit, people. I love the people who are talking right now. Migmag, GeoShifter, Flat Horizons, all you guys. I can't tell you what to say and how to say it or whatever have you, but let's just stay focused on this shit. Forget about all that drama and that fucking Jerry Springer bullshit that's going on. When I start talking, I talk about shit. I'm kicking the science and I'm trying to explain this shit. I'm trying to understand this, and I don't like talking about nobody else's stuff, man. I really don't. There's people I'll give credit to because I've seen some really interesting shit that I thought that got me thinking, and then I'll check it out. But other than that, don't waste time on some of these other people, man, because this shit is counterproductive. It really is counterproductive, and I ain't got no ill will against anybody out there. I looked up I looked up. I ain't got no ill will against anybody out there. There are people who got issues with me. Hey, that's something you need to deal with on your own personally. But I'm telling you here right now, I planted a seed to grow some more olive trees. I'll throw out olive branches to people. But if you don't want to take my olive branch, I ain't gonna waste it on you. I'll give it to somebody else. You know, you don't like the way I speak, stick to the church ministries. But I'm keeping it real. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. I don't know where this shit's gonna take me, but I ain't going to jail. Ain't nobody gonna kill me. You know, and ain't nobody gonna threaten my family either. So the truth hurts. The truth hurts.
Yeah.
The truth really hurts people because when somebody gets angry about what you guys are putting out in videos and what you say, and you know it to be the truth, and they want to fight you for it, they want to argue with you for it, right then and there, you telling the truth. Because Friedrich Nietzsche said it perfect. People don't want to be told the truth because it destroys their illusions. Something along those lines. I didn't quote it exactly. He said it perfectly. Some people out there don't want to hear the truth because it totally destroys their delusions, their illusions of what they believe reality to be. I don't even want to use the word reality anymore because to me, nothing ain't real. Everything that I've been told, everything that I have witnessed, it ain't real. Only thing I know is real is that I got up this morning, take a piss and take a shit and have a cup of coffee, and it tastes good and I feel better. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But as far as the rest of this shit's concerned, we all title our videos flat this, flat earth that. But I'm using it as a term of reference because the saying that acknowledging the landmass we walk on, and I'm going to be very clear about that. I want you guys always to know every time I talk, I'm going to tell you, I don't believe the whole system is flat. I believe the ground we walk on and the waters we swim in, that's in the center of this entire system, is relatively flat. And it's fixed. It's fixed. Okay? It's a fixed fucking plane. But the rest of the system, it's got a weird shape and angle to it. And I'm trying to understand what that actually really is. So when someone asks you, what do you mean what does it mean to be a flat earther? You should literally work to define that shit first before you start spitting out, yeah, the earth is flat, the earth, because there are people out there, there's 7 billion people out there that think that we all believe the entire fucking earth is a goddamn frisbee. And that ain't true. Because I know Event Skeptic, Flat Horizons, GeoShifter, Gem Panda, all of you out there, I know you don't believe the entire system is flat. I know you know that the ground you walk on is relatively flat. You know that. Once we can bring clarity to what we really mean when we say the earth is flat, and you talk about the ground and the way planes navigate and fly over the sky, in the sky, then there'd be some seriousness taken to this shit. Because right now they ain't taking it serious. They hear all this arguing. They can hear people one dude's calling himself fucking God or some bullshit. I mean, you just don't need that kind of shit. You just don't. There's some interesting models out there that, I'm looking at that I take seriously. But when someone starts claiming, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, I'm the founder of this, I'm the founder of that, nobody can find shit. Can't even, if they can't describe the entire system and how it functions and show a working model, this is how it works, they ain't find nothing but another fucking new idea. And we all full of new ideas. But right now we got to use what we have, which is their fucking own information. And then we start to tear that shit. We start to pick apart the layers. Like I said, like Winston Churchill says, the truth is so precious, she must be attended by a bodyguard of lies. We got to start picking off these bodyguards of lies.
Yeah.
We got to start taking them out like ninjas. And once we start taking them out, lie after lie after lie, there goes the truth standing right there in the middle, like, oh, you rescued me. Well, rescue you ain't rescuing you. You want to find out where the other truths are. The flat earth leads you to a whole bunch of other shit. And one day you're going to stumble across something where you're going to be like, oh shit, I don't know if I want to talk about this. I actually found what this real big secret is. And I'm going to be honest, I ain't afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. That one big secret could shock us all. And it sure as ain't no fucking artificial alien.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
The truth of the matter is this: we are different than 7 billion plus people. We understand things differently. We see things different. We see things for what they are. And 7 billion people agree with what the government puts out. So the government is more interested in us than those 7 billion. So what do you think they want to do with the collective minority? They want to find a way to get the fucking rid of us. I'm not saying they're going to go out there and try to kill you. But if they can get us fighting each other like they did in the Middle East, look at it, you got all these Arab factions fighting each other. But for thousands of years, they were getting along. Yeah, you're going to have infighting, but now all of a sudden, you got people in the Middle East who can't fucking stand each other. And they shouldn't be fighting each other. We can't let them turn what we're doing into a Middle East Arab Spring. We don't want it to be a flat earth spring. Okay? Period. So again, take care of people. I got some other business to take care of. People have been trying to call me to get, do some work. And again, I'm making a video private. So anybody wants to see it, if you didn't record it while it was going on, then I'm sorry about that. But I got to protect these sources right now because I need to get more information from these people. And if I put this shit out there, then my name gets on a fucking AT&T fucking blacklist and nobody will be taking my fucking phone calls no more.
Yeah.
All right, people. So again, take care, guys. I love all of you, and be safe. Peace out.